The Chosen Season 5 arrives in theaters in just 3 days. I've seen the first 2 episodes, and let me tell you, they are epic. But there are a few things that you need to know before you go see them in theaters in a few days. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to kind of prepare you to go off to the theater with your friends or your family to go see these amazing episodes of television on the big screen in theaters. So, hello, my name is Eli Hollingsworth. Welcome back to Against the Current, and let's go ahead and roll that intro. And the first thing you need to know is don't be late. If you know what time you're going to go see these episodes in theaters, make sure you show up on time, maybe even a few minutes before. I don't know like how much theaters do like trailers beforehand. Sometimes I've shown up to a movie. Oh, I'm going to be a few minutes late because they're going to show trailers in front of me. And then I get there and I guess they play the trailers before, and I was a few minutes late to the movie. That's happened to me a few times recently. So I don't know if your theater if the trailers start at the actual showtime or if they maybe start a few minutes before and the show does actually start at the listed time that your tickets are for. So figure that out or something, or at least get there a few minutes early. Make sure you're on time because these episodes start off in a very cool way. I promise you don't want to miss the beginning of these episodes. Like, as soon as they start, I might play a little video from The Chosen beforehand, like thanking you for being there, or like a fun game with the cast members before the episode starts. I don't know if they'll do that or not. They did that at the premiere, and I think they will probably do it in the theater. But go ahead and make sure you're early because the episode's very first part is really, really cool. You don't want to miss the first scene of episode 1 and the first scene of episode 2. So just make sure you're there on time. Make sure you're there as soon as the episode starts because it starts off in a really cool way. Dallas has said this before, and he didn't emphasize it enough to me. Not that I was late. I was there on time, but I didn't fully realize, how important it was to be there to see the start of the episodes because it is very important. And the second thing is you got to catch up on season 4, or at least the other 4 seasons, I guess. This season is really continuing the plot lines that were established in season 4. I mean, it picks up right where season 4 left off, like a few minutes after. So you're definitely going to want to catch up. Make sure you remember all of the things that are happening because there are a few plot lines that are kind of continuing throughout that are kind of running simultaneously. So just make sure you're keeping up with all of that. Because there are quite a few plot lines that are important, and you're going to want to make sure that you're up to date on, and that you remember. So make sure you maybe rewatch season 4 or the last couple episodes just to give yourself a refresh, because they do play a little previously on at the beginning. But make sure you just have seen the episodes and you at least have it fresh in your mind what's going on and what the characters are going through. It'll just help you a lot in season 5 because there are quite a few plot lines that are going on. So just make sure you're caught up. And the third thing is there are some extra biblical moments in these first 2 episodes. I mean, 95% of the show is not from the Bible. But in this episode, there are, in my opinion, there's some more kind of pivotal moments that have some extra embellishments to them on these first 2 episodes. Not anything that would be controversial. I don't really see what would be super controversial about these first 2 episodes. But there are quite a few moments that are not from the Bible. So you have to make sure that you're prepared for that. If you're watching by season 5, you probably don't if you made it to season 5, there's probably nothing in here that's gonna turn you off from the show. Like I would imagine, I would imagine if you made it this far that this would be the episodes that would make you go, "Oh no, I am not watching this anymore." Like there's nothing that's gonna be super revolting or controversial that's gonna make you stop watching. I don't think. I think it's literally just you're gonna be fine. So, but just know that yes, there are extra things in the show that are not in the Bible, as there always are, always have been. That still continues. That trend continues here in season 5. The fourth thing you got to know is if you're going to the theater, which I know that some of you are, make sure you try to see it in IMAX. Now, the theater for the premiere, we did not see it in IMAX, I believe, but this season is available in IMAX in some theaters. So check your local listings. See if the show is in IMAX for you, because this season is so much bigger. This season feels just gigantic, and it's epic, and it's the scope and the scale of it is just so big, and it feels a little bit different from the previous seasons in the way that they filmed it. They filmed it for IMAX. The sets are big. The emotions are huge. It's just all they leveled up this season. They're leveling up every season. I know that, but this season feels particularly big, and it's because it holds some of the most important and pivotal events in the show in the season. So make sure you try to see it on the biggest screen that you can. I am not a fan of Screen X or whatever that one is. That's it surrounds you, so then immerses you, or the one that's like the seats move or like react to the theater. I'm not a fan of those, but I am a fan of IMAX because I don't have to be in it, but I do want to see it in the biggest screen possible and with the best sound possible. So I guess that's Dolby Atmos, whatever. Make sure you see it on the biggest screen that you can because it's big and it's awesome, and you're going to want to kind of consume as much of it as you possibly can. And the fifth thing you got to know is bring tissues, ladies and gentlemen. This season is emotional. There's even in these first 2 episodes, which are the ones you're going to see in theaters, there are some moments that are really, really heavy. They really lay the emotion on hard. They don't hold back on some of these hard-hitting scenes. Visually, there's some really cool kind of moments that are indicating what's to come, or to show you what's happening with the characters, and to really feel how they're feeling and how Jesus is feeling. Jonathan's performance really shines in these first 2 episodes as we're nearing the crucifixion, which is going to be next season, and he's really thinking about that. So particularly from Jesus, there's some really hard-hitting moments, but with the other disciples as well, there's some really emotional scenes. And so make sure that you bring tissues, because you might get a little wrecked, you might get a little teary-eyed, and there might be little moistness happening in the old retina cornea area. Make sure you bring tissues because this season is big. So there you have it. There's what you need to know about season 5 before it hits theaters in just 3 days. So make sure that you go check it out in theaters. If you can't go see it in theaters, then definitely go see it in theaters, because the theater experience is the best way to consume this kind of thing. It was awesome to see it in the theater. These episodes, I promise you, are really, really good, and you're not going to want to miss them. They're really great. There's something special. This show is doing a lot of great things. I love it. I love this show so much, and I'm so happy and thankful that I get to be a part of it in a small way to help generate excitement. So go ahead and go check it out. It's going to be worth your time. And if you're waiting for streaming, or if you can't get out to the theater, that's okay too. I won't try to post a ton of spoilers on here, but make sure you go check it out if you can. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Binge Jesus.